Yes, sure. So we'll start with the new class, new chapter called analysis of the financial statement. Actually, there is no much theory. There are only case studies there. And this is more like an L3 type of thing, like L3 type of questions you are going to face, where there is theories you may have to write and you have to solve. One question will be asked from different standards. Okay, there is nothing much theory here. We will just go through the study material. See, under analysis of the financial statement, okay, so you are going to understand about the characteristics of the good financial statement, just small theory, which is already part of your conceptual framework, the best practices and the illustrations. Illustration is your heart. So initially they speak about the introduction, why yes, analysis is important, okay, financial reporting is important means of communication, all those stories. We will skip this. Now, financial statement for the corporate entities, who is going to suggest the financial statement for the corporate entities, like say Companies Act, section 129 of the Companies Act, like what will be the format, it will be the schedule 3. So initially they speak about this also we can proceed further, we need not speak. Now, what is the characteristic of a good financial statement? Now, a good financial statement, again, it comes from the conceptual framework that if a good financial statement should show true and fair view about the affairs of the company, what is happening in that organization. See, at this point of time when we are discussing, you understand that how an Ind AS is trying to bring the substance of the transaction. So you understand it. Now, relevance, we are very sure, we are very clear that the financial statement should give only relevant thing, understandability, consistency and universality should be there. That it should be comparable within the industry, outside, one period to another period. So all these things we have already covered in the conceptual framework. Then the next aspect is about the this is the good financial statement, should qualities of a good financial statement. Very remote scenario, they may ask you a theoretical question on this, but you can write anything, general things you can write. Now, what are the best practices applicable to the companies? Okay, following are the best practices for preparers of the financial statement that would lead to the better presentation and the disclosure, like financial compliance. Now, it should comply with the regulatory requirements, schedule 3, okay, your regulations, act, rules, whatever it is. It should be complete in all the respects. You should not miss anything. Then it should be simple and very specific. Your language should be very clean. Okay, so that you should not confuse the people with some tricky languages or tricky words. Policies should be clean. Now, there should be transparency in the transactions, like you don't hide, don't embed any derivative in any foreign currency, embedded derivatives in any host contract. Now, materiality, consider the concept of a materiality. Okay, whatever materiality, it's the overall materiality. It's in audit also we are going to cover materiality. That's the performance materiality. And integration with the notes. So wherever you give say PP, you tell note number 5. So you have to integrate the financial statement with the note so that it becomes very understandable. That's why, student, in AFM you don't have any marks for presentation, but in FR you have got a marks for the presentation, because that's what we are. That's what we are doing there. So that we present something understandable to the users. So that's it. So how you should present inventory, how you should present estimation uncertainty. Okay, maybe if at all, this example they may ask you, what are the presentation, like what is that called, how you can integrate with the notes to accounts related to the inventories. So you should say the accounting policies, cost or net realizable value, we use the FIFO method, uncertainty is there, this is my last year figure, this is my cost of inventories, like this. And the next is the disclosure of the material accounting policies you may have to disclose. Disclosure of the key estimates and the judgments, and integrated approach. It should join just part of the communication with the stakeholders. So you have to connect it with the CSR, with the board report. Okay, so many things they talk about here. So these are all the we can say the best practices of preparing the financial statement. So from now onwards we will start discussing about the case-based studies of Ind AS. So what I have done, I have reshuffled this as per the Ind AS sequence only. Yes, so in the next session we will learn about the solving of the problem. So first we can say there are only 2 theoretical questions, if at all it's going to come, because in none of the examination in the past 11 attempts it has come. So we'll start with the case studies.